2nd of July.
May.
Second of May.
May 3rd.
Oh, the budget.
Second
Yeah.
of the.
It's next Tuesday. Next Tuesday, yeah.
Next Tuesday. Okay, there you go. So that's going to come up very quickly, and it's going to cause a lot of fuss for us. Are you recording me, Peter?
Yep.
Awesome. Okay. And so that's coming up very, very soon. The big timeline, two big timelines that we need to worry about is the election, which will eventually be on the 2nd of July. And prior to that is the earliest date of nominations. So that's the date by which we need to get $20,000 for our nomination fees for our candidates. And the time by which we need to make sure that all of our candidates are finalised and registered and all that kind of stuff. It's actually quite a bit more complicated than it sounds, because there are two candidates in other states, very good candidates, but without a running mate. And in order to be on the centre of the ballot with a box above your name, you need, as a group, you need to have a running mate. At least two people on the Senate ticket. So those two things are going to be really important. And in order to get there, we need to have growth. We need to have a lot of growth. So basically growth comes through promotion and fostering relationships. That's probably the best way to describe it. Hi Eve, how's it going?
Have a chat.
So in terms of what we'll talk about tonight, the flyer that we've got going, handing out of the flyer and organising times for that to happen. The upcoming video days, how to get viral on Facebook, AEC issues, fundraising issues, and that's about it from me. Do other people have other things that we think we should talk about? Oh, AEC issues?
I wasn't that worried about that.
Sorry?
The AEC.
You're not worried about it?
I'm not worried about it.
Yeah. So we can, I guess we can just explain that one. Someone sent us an email saying that if you're all like university employees, doesn't that mean you're part of the public sector and therefore you can't run? There's nothing in the law which says that universities are part of, well, an office of profit under the Crown. They might be by extension by getting funding from the government, but then again, everyone gets funding from the government in some way or another. We're about to get funding from the government, a government grant for our work that we do. So it's a question of like, is it a real office of profit under the Crown or not? And I don't think it is. And if someone decides that it is after we get elected, it's going to be very, very interesting, because so many people who have been elected, are currently elected, would fall under that same category. So I don't think it's a huge issue. I think we can just move ahead, just as long as the candidates feel okay about it.
Who sent the email?
A volunteer that I haven't replied to yet. So yes.
So it wasn't like the AEC.
No, it wasn't the AEC. The AEC's response is, we don't know. Like, you have to get your own constitutional lawyer to tell us whether you're doing the right thing or not. So, like, basically, the law... This is something really funny about the law. Like, the law doesn't really exist outside of the courts, like, or the police. It only exists when it gets acted on. So, the Constitution says it's an office of profit under the Crown. What does that mean? Well, the only way to tell is to have precedent cases. And it's only been tested twice, and both of them were actual government employees, like state government employees. So it's never been tested for academics, so it's not a huge issue in my opinion. Hello! Semi-Doctor Andrea.
Yeah, since you
Congrats.
last, this
Hey,
is
Tom.
a science
Good to see you, mate.
research.
I met your friend.
Oh wow! That's fantastic.
Oh, right.
How
Next to what?
did you get that?
Skills.
That is amazing.
I saw the name. I'm like, oh.
It's like small world. Yeah.
That's
squeeze in that.
Wearing a skirt. How
Yeah.
science is that?
Fantastic. This is Tom, who's just walked in.
Hey.
Andrea over here. Okay, so I guess we'll go on to the first point. Flyer. Andrea, how did we go with that? It's on
I
the drive?
just shot it through you. Forgot to send it today.
Yeah.
It was just in a draft. So this is a draft version of it.
Did you send
Nick
it?
actually got back to me about the design. He said he'll have a crack at it. I also had a crack at it. I'll wait, see what he comes back with. But if there's an emergency, we've got something. If
Yeah.
he comes back soon enough, then we've also got something.
I think we can probably go to the printers as long as there's nothing actually wrong with
Oh,
it.
you want to look at it? You should see what I put on there.
With the devils.
Which one are you going to choose?
Yeah,
A
yeah.
giant douche or a turd sandwich or the
Turd
science party?
South Park.
Okay, so
Anyway,
it's essentially done. Print marks.
Kind of. It just needs somebody to go over it and have a look to make sure there's no spelling mistakes, and if anyone's go like, no, there needs to be more white space right there. So I don't know. I just don't want to start
Okay.
any arguments. Anyway,
Which?
I sent it to the exec.
Hello,
Send
hello.
it to exec.
Good to see you, lads.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey,
How's it going?
I think we're gonna need a couple more tables.
You need to grab a little stool or
roll
a
out
seat
two
somewhere
chairs
else.
or something like that.
Yeah, there's actually a ton of chairs in the storeroom. Oh, actually, in the room over.
Maybe what I'll do is just like
Chillax.
Sit
of views.
Treasurer gets
That
a
nice treasurer gets all the
just sent it
benefits.
to exec.
Yeah, just right now.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
squeeze in.
Cool.
Uh,
G'day.
You sure you did, Andrea?
Yeah. Send it to
General Flyer 2016 election draft
that bit of one.
has no attachments. Did you attach it?
Yeah, I did actually. Anyway, continue,
Cool.
and I'll see what's going
Yep.
on.
Let's keep talking about it. We are going to get this stuff printed off, and it will probably be about a week before we get it done. But we need people to go out and hand stuff out, like during peak hour, either on the way to work or on the way home from work. On the way to work, you'd be doing it early in the morning at your home, essentially. And on the way home from work, you might be doing it. You can do it on the way home, like, at the train station near where you live. The other place that we can do it, and it's a very quick way to get rid of flyers, is to go to places like Town Hall. Town Hall or Wynyard or some of the big ones, Central. Just as long as you're not on City Rail property, we can hand out there. The other place you could do it, I guess you could do it on weekends near shopping centres, but it's a little bit hard because once again, if you're on shopping centre property, you need to have permission, and they tend not to like people handing out stuff unless they're being paid for it directly. So, is anyone interested in helping us out with handing out flyers on a weekday? Yeah?
Thanks, Marina. Yeah. Oh, box drop's great. Yeah, that's a great idea.
Better box drops.
Yeah, with Brendan.
What's the situation with the universities?
Oh,
At the gates
handing
or
out,
something?
yeah, so you can hand out at the gates, outside the grounds. You can get away with handing out stuff if you're a student at USyd. If you're not a student at USyd, you might get into trouble. If you're a...
Alumni?
A student at UNSW?
yeah, I got into trouble for handing out at UNSW.
What kind of trouble?
Nothing
Trouble,
serious.
there's trouble.
There's trouble, which is like, you're not supposed to be doing this, move along, which is usually what you'll get. And then there's trouble like you're trespassing, we're calling the cops. Which usually is okay because you can usually be like, okay, I'll walk away now.
Okay.
But you don't really want to get to that level.
University students are fairly well informed, especially if they're active politically. So if you get somebody from a party that doesn't share your values, they will not just give you trouble, but they will look at reporting you.
They'll look at reporting you.
Yes.
Oh no. The students aren't the issue, it's the staff.
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, so they're politically active,
Yes.
and they will get you kicked out, but usually it's just administrators and stuff
So
like
have
that.
you got any contacts at USyd students union or USyd
No, we all
students
graduated, didn't we?
clubs?
Well, Christian Goopy was just holding an automation session around the rise of the robots, and that was at Sydney Free School, which is right next to Sydney Uni. And he's got a base of operations there. And yeah, Andrea was there on it's a Friday night, nerding out.
Yeah,
It's
cool
like-
to do on a Friday night.
yeah. So
But what
Christian
about
would be able to help out with
The
that.
bus stop on
Yeah, so
City
bus
Road
stops
or
are
something,
fine.
you know, like
Yeah. So
or Redfern Station, which is
Mm.
essentially Sydney Uni.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Exactly. As long as you're not on City Rail property and you're
Mm.
not technically on university property, it's fine.
Mm.
So any entrance to the university, you can fly. You can leave that. So, okay. So,
Who's the
anywhere where we're running,
just because I made an observation the other day. There was some just in the Chatswood or the Willoughby municipality
Who's
there.
allowed to
There was people giving out gym
posters,
flyers,
poster
and
on the
they got
post
done.
at
I
Sydney
saw them
Uni,
get cited.
you know,
Oh.
with the
They
student
got
always.
written up for not having a permit.
Students.
Handing out gym. They weren't
Students.
selling, not just handing out permit flyers.
Mhm.
So they weren't
at
on.
where
They
City
weren't
of
on.
Sydney.
No, this was in Willoughby and Chatswood. Just and not in the train station terminal, outside, well outside, on a public property.
Chatswood Station. I've done that. I didn't get
Yeah.
written up, but
So I don't know.
I think.
I don't know what the.
Well, so political parties get away with a lot of things. Do you know that there's spam laws in this country? And do you know the politicians don't have to obey them? That's why Clive Palmer sent an email to everyone at a university in Australia. I got a couple of them. So there's a lot of stuff like that. If we're in an election period, I think.
Are we in an election period? Does,
Well-
does it matter according to any sort of restrictions? Grace?
Look, I mean, it's going to depend on the council itself. So I guess we'd have to check with the council where we're going to hand out. So it'd involve a phone call to the local council, like, is it okay to hand out on the footpath in this council? And you can be really vague about it, and that way you can hand out in places where they may not want you to hand out. So like, can I hand out on the footpath? Yep. And then you go and hand out in the mall, and then they say, you're not supposed to be handing out here. Oh, sorry, we called, confusion, we're on the footpath. So like, there are ways to bend the rules a little bit.
Can I just ask,
so-
you're probably working to an agenda.
Yeah.
Is there a point where I can bring up other stuff?
Yes. Can you describe it in one or two words so I can put it on
Okay,
the
I
agenda?
sent an email maybe yesterday saying I just discovered your website,
Oh, cool.
and there was a couple of questions. One implied, have you got any positions for Senate candidates in New South Wales left?
We do,
Good.
in the sense that we have,
Yep.
10 spots to fill potentially.
Okay.
But in filling those positions,
Yep.
we need to make sure that we have funds to do
Yep.
it.
Yep. The
Each
sec-
additional candidate that we add,
Second
is
question
2,000.
is, if you have staff or nominees or candidates who are currently staff at universities or as
It
public
was you.
servants,
Yes.
how do you get around that? Because that is,
it's never been tested. We just
I've
discussed
tested
this.
it.
Huh?
I've tested it.
Ah.
Who have you tested it with?
I've made inquiries within the university I'm working with.
Mm.
The
and-
university isn't a constitutional expert on this. Is-
Okay,
from-
but
from-
the answer, the other part of the answer is in the actually candidates thing. So if you look at the candidates description,
Mm.
it says that, where is it?
Which website is this from?
AEC.
Yeah.
Um,
Office of Profit from
holding
the
an
Crown.
office of profit under the Crown, and basically the chief counsellor of the university pointed to that as well.
Yes.
So they don't have a
So-
policy like some organisations such as CSIRO or some TAFEs.
CSIRO is a government
Yeah,
agency.
quasi.
But the university.
Well,
No,
isn't-
CSIRO is actually a
I
government
worked at
agency.
CSIRO. Okay.
Yeah, but like as
Yep.
in, like it's a government
Yes,
department, right?
Yes.
Whereas the universities are
Yeah.
actually, they're this like living in this magical land of being both a state government entity,
Yes, yes,
federal
yes.
government
No
entity,
disputing
and,
that. So
and,
the universities,
and for profit. Yeah.
many universities don't have a policy, and many universities don't take actual position or stand when somebody runs for office or candidature. So you're right there. But if it's tested, some may just go straight to that. In fact, northern states, Queensland, Northern Territory, well, that's not a state, but anyway, they actually have it written down in their public service laws.
For state level elections.
Yes.
Yes, that's correct.
I think it's federal as well. But the other thing is, I don't mean to be picky, so I'm just wondering how you went around that and
We
how you.
don't- Okay, so we've inquired. AEC said you have to consult your own lawyers about this.
Yep.
A lawyer won't be able to tell us about this
Yep.
because it has never ever been tested at
Right.
university level. So we go to them, they're like, oh well, it's never been tested, so we don't know. Like, it's
Yep.
pointless.
Because
This
resignation is a pretty serious thing, and if your position's not guaranteed when your nomination doesn't succeed,
all right.
Then-
So the risk
Yep.
with anything which is legal.
Yep.
I mean, corporations break the law all the time. They do it deliberately because they know it's a risk reward trade off.
to them the laws are gone.
And that's but that's the same situation for us, right? Now, what is the actual risk? The risk is that people who are elected
Yep.
will be found to have their nominations nullified.
Yep.
But in order for that to happen, someone needs to take the case, and it's not the AEC who will take it. They don't have a position on it.
Yep.
It'll have to be a member of the public
Yep.
to take the case, in which case they would have to stump up the legal fees in order to challenge you
Your
constitutionally.
opponents can take it too, or your opponents
Yeah,
can.
they can.
Yeah.
They can. But the risk that they will do that during the election campaign is extremely small
Okay.
because they don't know how big of a fish we are to fry.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, yeah, look, I
Okay.
think for the candidates that it matters for,
Yep.
so Eve, Andrea's now unemployed, happily. Tom Gordon. Eve is in the number 2 Senate position. The probability of being elected is very low. I think if we have one of our candidates knocked off, because the other one was elected first on much more than a quota,
Yep.
would be fantastic. But I don't think that's going to happen. The first one being elected would be very, very good situation. Hans Willink was a contractor for the for the state government, and is not a contractor for the state government at the moment. And Tom Gordon, he's in Watson.
Yep.
It's a very safe Labor seat. He is very unlikely to be elected in the 60 days that are left to be
Yeah.
elected.
You're talking
That
House of Reps candidates.
House of Reps,
Yeah,
right?
okay.
So in order to get elected in those seats, you'd need to either pull off some magical preference deal with the Greens, who are currently at war with, and push out Labor with a 25% plus vote.
Yep.
Or, that's the only way that would happen.
Yeah, yeah.
Basically, or get 50% of the vote.
I think
and that's not going to happen.
I think we can improve your ambitions, but that's all I wanted to bring up
Yeah. So no.
off agenda.
We want to get as many votes as we can.
Yep.
I think that getting to quota under a Senate election, that's 13% at this next election.
Yep.
That would be fantastic. If we could get 13% statewide, we get someone elected, that'd be great. If we got to 7%, which is half the quota, which is likely what we'll need to get elected under the last spot, that would be great as well. And yes.
Quota is 7%.
Oh, sorry. Yes. Sorry. Quota's 7%, and getting 3.5% of the vote would be fantastic.
Okay.
Like
So
this is like, this is a lot of votes, right? Like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
5
yeah,
million
yeah, I
voters
know.
in this.
I-
So,
What, 2 orders of magnitude
I-
more than we got at the last election?
Yes.
Pretty
Oh well, the last election we got 0.4, right?
Point 4.
At
Was
North
it-
Sydney.
No,
Yeah,
as in the
2013.
last
Yeah,
Senate.
exactly.
Last
So look,
I
this is a
understand the numbers.
calculated
I understand the
risk,
numbers. I just say that I was a nominee in Victoria in 2007 election
Mhm.
as a Senate candidate, and that era where you needed running mates to get a ticket box, I didn't have a running mate. I stuffed it up, or rather, I got bad advice, so I didn't do too well. And I know about the odds. The other question is, I didn't hear the writs being issued yet.
It's not issued.
So you can't really nominate until the writ's issued.
We're not nominating yet. They're just our candidates. You have them like
Okay.
candidates.
All right. So that's what I
Before
misunderstood
you
on
have-
your website. Yep.
Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, but we need to pay for the nominations, right? So
And
those
you're-
nominations need to be funded.
You're
in the
going
next-
as a party, which is a little bit more expensive as well, and your campaign and publicity. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's going to be a big deal. It's going to be 20,000 just to get nominated. So okay. So
Can I take
just
notes? Can I take notes?
yes, if you can find power. Yeah. Let me know when you're ready. And
Oh,
plugged in.
well,
Um,
I'm not taking notes anyway.
it doesn't have the battery.
Oh.
Is it going to plug in there, Andrea?
Nah.
Okay. Don't worry about it. Okay.
What about the one at the back of the wall over there?
Andrew, can I get you to just
Can't see.
take
Funny.
take names for people who are willing to hand out?
Yeah,
and
so back to handing out flyers.
Yeah.
Maybe we should have a new Facebook group of people who want to do stuff for the election, like as well as the discussion group, just science
That's a
party
good idea.
volunteers, and so then people can be like, hey, like, there's a bunch of us, like, well, there's one of us gonna you see it, anyone want to keep it company?
Yeah,
on
we
stuff.
can use it to set up handing out events
Yeah.
that people can attend as well. Yeah. Yep, that sounds like a good idea. Who is currently social media stuff? Actually, Willow, you can help out with this. You've got. Can you set up a new group, Facebook group? Make yourself admin, make me admin, call it Science Party Volunteers.
Do that right now.
Excellent.
Do G plus too. G plus as well. Anybody? G plus? You've got a G
It's
plus
so
membership?
underused. There's no.
It's got a lot of tertiary educated and higher
We have a presence, but and we own some of the URLs and that, but no one maintains it. So it's just
Right.
Because no one's on it.
social
Do
media.
you want me to create one for you?
It's created.
Well,
Okay.
it's just our social media people are spread so thin. If we have someone who is good at Google Plus, then just
I wouldn't say I'm good at it, but I'm there.
yeah. If you wanted to maintain it, then maybe you should shoot us an
No,
email
because
what the details are,
when you
and
want
we
to
can add
do
you as a
promotional posts and stuff like that,
moderator.
they have their own
Well, if
scheduling
I
system.
were to get
and
involved, I'd
stuff
strongly
like that.
suggest
Like if you
G
want to
plus
press
because
it
there's
now,
still a lot of
it'll work.
university
But if you want to do drafts and you want to do
staff as
scheduling,
well.
and you want to do
Yeah, I
stuff
mean,
like
I wouldn't have a problem. I mean, as many, possible inlets as are available.
Yeah.
It's
I
a bit
guess-
snobby.
But just need people
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
manage it. That's all.
yeah, like so that
Yeah.
for us it's. I know what
Numbers.
you're saying. There
It's
are
numbers,
it's
yeah.
numbers,
Yes,
right?
yes,
So
I'm aware of that. But you want the right numbers as well. So the odds are that you're going to get science staff or staff of university or educated people more likely to vote for you than people who are, when they see science party,
yeah.
they may have a little chip on their shoulder on average.
So there was a science party Google Plus group set up quite some time ago to set up a science party.
Yep.
And Tom Gordon and
It
Andrea.
was not us.
It was not us. And we were like, hey, everyone should join us. Don't waste tens of thousands of dollars setting up your own party, etc., etc. We came back to it saying, hey, look, we've changed our name. You guys should get involved. It was crickets. It was dead. Like Google, in terms of volume, it's actually not even. I feel like there's no one there anymore. So it's despite the fact it has advantages, like
Yeah.
you can.
If you're not participating or if you're not yourself active, you're not going to have an active circle. You're just going to attract moss or spammers.
Yeah, this was a pretty focused group.
All right, so
So-
I brought it up.
Yeah. Okay. So who put up their hands for handing handing out. Tom, for Norths.
I'm not in Sydney
Okay.
anymore.
Tom Bird.
I can do. I mean, I could be on Pim on Bridge.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Okay. That sounds good. Oh yeah, that's a really good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Just because I ride across the Pim on Bridge to get to
Yep. Okay. Ian
Um,
and Mark, you're gonna do handing out.
Weekends, I can't do
I
that.
think
Okay. Yeah.
Obviously.
Cool. And we've got Serena down. Who else put their hand up just then?
I have to consult with Brendan because I don't want to double up. So either we work together or he does this area and I'll do another area.
Yeah. That sounds good. Yeah. So Serena and Brendan working together, and Brendan's going to help out, and Eve, and so Eve's going to be
just
Marrickville Markets. That happens when? Every weekend?
yeah, every Sunday
Every Sunday?
Can you-
Whereabouts?
at Addison Road.
The hippie
Yeah.
commune
Yes, that's
area?
the one.
Yeah, okay. You
I
can get
wouldn't
people as
call
they
that-
come in.
Yeah.
It's pretty hippie. Sorry. I used to live in the area, so I feel like...
Yeah, they have a chai tent, so
Yeah. They have a reverse garbage. I think that counts as hippie. So, yeah, it is. It's super hippie. So, yeah, I mean, there's two entrances to Addison Road, right? And, I mean, people stream in on foot in there, right?
yeah,
So,
I
yeah.
don't know what you have to do to hand out. Like
Just do it on the footpath
There's-
outside if you want to.
There's occasionally like petitioners in there. I don't know if they get permission. I
Yeah.
don't think they pay like things to petition.
Yeah. Okay. And Willow, are you free or no? Who else put their hands?
I don't get a lot of it outside of work hours.
Yeah. Cool. Jake,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'll do something, but I don't know what's going to be the nearest or easiest area for me. But
What's your location?
Bankstown.
Bankstown.
Yeah, we don't have anyone up that way.
No, we don't.
But
You want to nominate? No.
Just tell us where you go.
You got a month to think about it and to raise your fund, but yeah.
yeah, I think about it.
Mm.
I probably don't know enough about it to
Something
really
wrong.
do it justice.
Yeah. Well, think about it. Yeah.
Just read what's on the
Um, yeah, where do you work?
That's after we'll do.
I work in Penrith.
Read the pants.
Penrith.
That's probably not really easy.
Alright, we'll keep you.
You can give me time, and if I head into the city or something, I can hand them out.
Yeah.
Boxes.
Cool. Yeah. Okay, great. So have you set up that Facebook group? Added me as admin? Excellent. Alright. Should add everyone to this immediately. What group is it? Science Party.
Volunteers.
Okay, next item on the list. So we'll keep you up to date with the status of the printing. The earliest would probably be late next week for train station handing out, and then the weekend. All right, video days. We had a video day a couple of weeks ago. Got some good footage, which is in the process of being edited. We need to get more footage of more candidates. You haven't had your video taken yet, have you? Okay. And who else do we have? You and that's it. Okay.
YouTube presence.
We should.
I mean,
I'll just get Tom.
Yeah, there's a Future
Tom
Science
Gordon.
Party YouTube. It is
Okay. How
yeah.
how does when are things free for you in terms of weekends?
Weekends, I can arrange for pretty much any weekend over the next coming month.
How are you for this weekend?
Yeah, so, yeah.
Saturday? Or Sunday after?
Yeah, mate, I can be either night, so you just let me know.
Alright.
Whatever's going to be compatible with others.
And so there's Mark, there's Tom, and you. And what days are you free?
All Saturday and Sunday after 1.
let's go with Saturday. Peter, have you booked out the space again?
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Saturday morning.
for this weekend. Yep.
Yep. Excellent. Okie doke.
Did you find out what gear's available?
Oh no, I still couldn't grab the guy
Okay.
this week.
So where would filming be happening?
It's just happening here. Yeah, it's just out here.
It works okay.
What camera have you got?
I was just using mobile.
Okay.
So it's going to be not that distinct.
Yeah.
If you have a camera, like
Well, I don't know if borrow the work
Oh,
one, but
is Bo back in Sydney?
he's all
Yeah,
only
but he's
in
flat
Wollongong,
out.
right?
He's doing both. No, he's here, but he's just like flat out doing some
I
intensive
don't think
training.
Gordon's got a
It's called
camera.
the gear.
So
Oh,
Is
that's
he back in
right.
Sydney this
Camera
weekend?
and microphone.
Ah.
Okay.
but I don't know what his availability is like. Might be able to drop it off.
Do you have a DSLR, Mark, that
The old
doesn't do videos?
does, but
It's not
it's probably about $6 or
Do you want to see iPhone?
It's not going to be as good as
That's
the
right. Yeah. Yeah, iPhone 6S records in like 4K. If you want.
And you have the recharge it goes with it.
Okay.
So,
It's the
Yeah,
sound.
yeah. A bit of a brick at the
but I'm not using it.
What
So.
about iPhone?
Okay. Well, okay, we might just try a combination of this one and Peter's iPhone.
I'll talk to
Look, I
Tom
mean-
anyway. If you can drop it off.
Yeah. So yeah, can you fill it up? Excellent. Okay. So viral content. Now, this is where I really hit up everyone really hard. The science party will not be big unless people know about it. And so what I need you all to do is to go into all of our candidates pages and like the pages and make sure that you like the Science Party Facebook. And then in addition to that, I might just nick off with my laptop again. On Facebook, if you go to our Science Party page, firstly you should, it'd be good if you could favorite it so that you could go to it very easily. But down on the left-hand column, it says here, invite your friends to like this page. It takes about 15 minutes to invite all your friends to like Facebook. It costs you $0 and it extends our reach greatly. Everyone needs to do that. If we don't do this, we won't actually grow. Like, social media is the way that we actually get more contacts. It's been very successful for us. In fact, we've taken off quite a bit lately. So yes, please go into Facebook and like that. I'll be posting up on the discussion group the instructions for how to do that. I sent out an email to some of the candidates to do that, and we've had a little bit of an uptick in growth. I think only a couple of the candidates so far have invited all their friends to like Science Party. But
I have every one of them.
you've invited everyone?
Every single person on my Facebook page has been invited.
The good thing is, as you go in,
I probably lost a few friends from that.
If they don't like that, then maybe they're not.
But
Yeah.
exactly. Of course you would. Like, they'd be surprised if you didn't.
Yeah. So we do have a lot of candidate pages. They look pretty cool. Science Party candidate for Barara. Is that going to come up with what we want it to be? Doesn't like it.
You know
for
the
some reason.
animation of the Science Party logo?
Yes.
Is that in a GIF or something?
It's not in a GIF. It can be made into.
Oh yeah, that'd be easy.
That's the best thing ever. I love that logo.
Yeah, it's pretty good. You got
It's-
the design.
It's gonna end up in the end reels for the candidate videos. So this is Brendan's page at the moment. Sorry that it's very small, but each candidate has their own page. The idea is, and I hope all candidates can do this, we're really democratizing the way that you share content. Just if you see a news article and you're like, oh my god, Manus Island is illegal, I should share this to my Facebook. If you're thinking that, then you should be putting it onto your candidate page as well, right? And that way, what the main page can do is they can see that you're sharing stuff, and we can share it via the main page. So it says Science Party shared Brendan's post. You know, Brendan Clark, Science Party candidate for Barara's post. That way we get double the exposure. We get the exposure as the Science Party, and we get candidate name recognition as well. So basically, yeah, there's a lot of stuff that we need to do to exploit social media. So get into it, like the pages, share content on your own page, share Science Party content onto your own page. You know, you don't have to share everything, but if you're sharing a link every, you know, day or two, that's good. And yeah, anyway, that's my rant on being viral.
And Reddit.
Oh god.
And Reddit.
Every channel.
I do like Reddit, and it has a lot of people on it. Unfortunately, they're also fascists.
I think a very successful one though.
Yeah.
Someone was whinging about the CSIRO and how the government's evil. I said, well, you could vote for the Science Party, and I learnt my lesson from before. You can't just link to Science Party. You have to say that you are a candidate from the Science Party. Otherwise, it would be called a shrill.
Oh, dude.
Right?
No, yeah, a shill.
A
Yeah.
shrill.
Yeah.
Shill.
Yeah.
A
Shill.
shrill.
Shill.
I don't know.
Shilling. Yeah.
So I basically put I'm a candidate, and I put a link to the Science Party in that, and then lots of people upvoted it.
Okay.
Oh, that's awesome. That's really good.
They didn't download it, right? They actually said, "Oh, that's good," right? So I think we might have. That's actually worked. So I think,
Are you Vampire 2000 on
I
Reddit
am.
as well?
Yes.
Your post history is clean. Your post history is clean. Right? Good.
So there's a couple of people that just joined us. Vivek
Clean.
and Justina there.
The
And
fact that the fascists shouldn't
fascists.
matter. You want their vote.
Oh no, it's not. I mean, some of them are racist
Yes.
assholes, but
Yeah.
I mean, when I say fascist,
Yes,
I
I know
mean
what you
they,
mean.
yeah,
But you want their vote.
yeah, that they actually block Science Party content
Yeah, right.
a lot. So
Yeah. So
yeah.
Justina's here to talk about our animal welfare policy, which she thinks should be prioritised a little bit higher.
Oh my god. So yeah, basically just put it out there. I've been bugging Pete. And how are you going to prioritise the animal? Because I support the Animal Justice Party. So we've had a few conversations, and I support Pete because I've worked with him for a while, and he's a great guy, and he seems to have.
I paid her to say all that. So
Yeah,
thank you.
that's right.
Thank
So
you.
send your invoice. But yeah, it seems like what you guys are doing is a great initiative, and I just wanted to hear about what you guys are doing around the animal welfare.
Have you seen our animal welfare policy?
I saw that it was 20th on your initiative list, but I haven't actually gone through it.
Yeah, so that's
chronological, it's not
it's
a-
chronological, it's not.
Okay.
I mean, the first ones were kind of prioritized, but like the numbering system is kind of stuck in there, unfortunately. Yeah, so basically our animal welfare policy is that we, this is going to sound awful, animal testing should occur, but within ethical guidelines. And we have policies around, you know, spacings of animals, certain types of racing events which are, you know, not cool.
Caged chickens.
Yeah, that sort of stuff. So it's not a full-on ban on anything. It's
jump wrestling.
well, oh yeah, except jump racing, but it's not a ban on racing.
And
for
also, I
example.
think it's
Um,
pretty much
it's-
saying greyhound racing is, you know, shut that down until it's cleaned up because it's really bad.
Well, yeah. So, I mean, that one's an interesting one because it's actually quite corrupt the way it's all being managed. I think So, did you actually read through the policy or?
No,
Okay.
that's right.
Yeah, it's there. I'm sure you'll have criticisms because the Animal Justice Party position is quite a bit stronger than we are. But I think
That's why there's another party for that.
exactly.
And
But
battery cages and sow stalls, clear food labelling, greyhound racing, end it until welfare concerns are addressed.
Yeah, but we'd be
Jump racing.
we'd be open to like any updates to it as well. So
Yeah.
anything you think we should also be in there? Yeah.
you missed the most exciting bit, Eve.
Support research into in vitro meat.
Yep, Schmeat.
Schmeat.
Yes, with Schmeat you don't need animals.
That's right. That's right. Did you see they turned that patty into like $11 to print instead of like $300,000 and it was
Yeah,
before?
that's amazing, and
Crazy.
it'll not just be like in terms of animal welfare, in 20 years, I predict it won't just be like, oh, I should have fake meat and it's going to be bad. It's actually going to taste better. It's going to be safer and it's going to be cheaper for sure. It'll just actually be like, oh, we used to eat meat, and we're like, now we don't. Why didn't we invent this earlier? So
and the effective altruists will talk more about that throughout their talks. There's, I know the Melbourne guys have a very strong position on that, on free range and on those sort of things. That's right.
Okay, so just to hurry things along, because we are running up against their presentation, which we're all going to attend. The fundraising efforts. So we are at, has someone been keeping track? Tom, do you know how much we're up to?
Oh, shit, no.
He's just come back on from the casino.
I've been tracking basically all of the total money that flows through PayPal, which includes new members and donations. So, and April has this month has smashed our previous record for total amount received from through PayPal, but obviously, percentage of that is from memberships. As well. But we need lots more money. Is the bottom line of it, because it's great that it's going in the right trajectory, but the amount of money we need to just nominate candidates is still
with no promo.
This is just to pay the fee to get candidates on the ticket. So that's no advertising, no flyers, no promotion of any kind. Is more than we have at the moment.
Do we need a second goal?
Long shot.
Do we need a second goal once people have reached the...
Well, Pete and Tom Gordon have already hit their goals.
So it's fantastic.
I look like such a douchebag now, eh? It's like, what do you do when you reach a funding target?
So Peter is a perfect example of what people should be doing.
Spam.
He literally, just spamming people, essentially. You need to make sure that people know that you're standing for office, and you need to make sure that they know that it costs money. And it costs a lot of money. And Peter did really well, because he didn't, there were a few occasions where lots of money came in, but a lot of it were very small donations, $8, $16, $32, little donations that all added up. And that was because there was the constant, information going out to people in his list about him running as a candidate. So we need each candidate to make sure that they promote their own fundraising page in order to reach those goals. So in total at the moment we're at $3,932, which is really great. In fact, if we keep going at this rate, we will actually hit our goal, which is pretty crazy, because 20,000 is a big number. So we need to keep the pressure up. Everyone, even if you're not a candidate, go out, share some of the candidates' pages, say, hey, I met this candidate, they're great, you should help support them. This thing is expensive, and if you want to have good quality candidates, someone needs to pay for it. And it's either you or big business. So, make that decision right now.
To the Bernie Sanders stuff.
Exactly.
Bad example.
I think we got one donation from a company recently, actually.
I need
it's a bit
to
weird.
Really?
Yeah, you need to check up on that.
I need to find out who that is.
They put their name down, but I think they accidentally used their company PayPal. But we do not get those big donations from companies like the Labor Party does, the Liberal Party does. Even the Greens get big donations from the founder of The Guardian and from the unions, really big donations for the unions. And you can see how it affects policy. As soon as they got the donation from the Electrical Trades Union in Victoria, what's his name? Adam
Rocky
Band
Grant
was coming out saying, we need to shut down the 457 visas because they're destroying our Australian jobs and blah, blah, blah. Like, that money poisons the Greens' messages. So we need to have that really grassroots campaign to get like just everyday people to donate, and in order to do that, we need to actually have individuals going out there and promoting our own posts. So get into it, share the candidates' general page, and also individual candidates' pages as well. Cool.
What about CSIRO? They should sponsor us.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Before they get cut.
The individuals, the scientists, right?
No,
They're all the solution.
they can do it, yeah.
Got to target them, right? Target the
Well,
ones that
we
won't have a
should we
job.
should try and get as many individuals as possible on from those bodies. So if you do have contacts out there, you know, if you know people on your friends list who are, you know, scientists, academics, you know, or any related field, because we do have a broad policy platform, so there's a lot to like in there. If you know people who have relevant interests, post it on your Facebook, tag them, say, hey, LinkedIn, if you have LinkedIn, if you're a business person and you get sucked into it, yeah.
So everyone should.
Oh, how do you do LinkedIn?
Oh, just put your job as candidate.
At
for
Science
Party.
Party.
Yeah.
Oh, and everyone gets
Yeah,
changed.
As soon as you change your job,
Congratulate you on your new job.
LinkedIn automatically spams everyone.
Yeah.
So you look at the graph, and your graph goes like this.
Just keep changing your job back.
Yeah, that's right. Candidate 1, candidate 1, 0.
Yeah.
Articles.
Articles.
You guys should write articles.
Yeah.
News articles. And you can write about any of your pets' policy topics or whatever is current. And just slip in the Science Party says this, will, etc.
Yeah, so
So an
what do
article
you mean?
is-
Do you mean
is
like
not-
our own blog posts?
Well, now I'm talking about through other medias, Fairfax, whatever. And basically, it's an article, it's not an ad, but it's an ad.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
We've
interesting.
we've had one that, remember the one that
James Hady wrote it, and I've been published a couple of times in
Yep.
City Monitor Herald as well.
Yep.
So we have done that. It's a bit hard to get it because they realise that you're starting to like
Well,
spam them.
it depends how
But
desperate
it's-
they are as well, and whether it's relevant to current issues.
Yeah.
And if you all put in effort and you get knockback rate of 67%, that means 33% are getting through.
Yeah, which
Well,
means it's more likely.
We
So
do blog posts quite regularly, and I mean, how far away are they from being an article? Is the question.
I mean, they get more views if they end up. Sorry. They get more views if they end up on City Morning Herald, but the individual is closer to our site when they go to our own blog, so they see the join, they see the donate, they see the volunteer button. So it's better in that way, and like we have had instances where our content has gone truly viral, you know, shared hundreds and hundreds of times, so that's useful.
I think the value of
even
getting
it's-
the value of getting published is when people do a Google search. If you're mentioned in news articles, you'll be higher rated. So not just your own website, but like obviously the news articles come up, but Google's algorithm will account for that and then link you to that your website, and then that will also get elevated.
Yeah. So we have a Facebook group which is called Science Party Comms Managers, and basically that group is partly dedicated to creating new content for Facebook. So like taking existing links and putting commentary to it and posting it to our pages. It's also being used to it can also be used to create completely new content. And the good thing about it is you have a lot of people who are interested in it on the same group all at once. So they can give you, like, we have a Google Drive where basically, you know, it's shared, you can add content and I'll look at it at the same time and edit it live. And that actually works really nicely because someone can be like, write out a skeleton and then someone just cleans it up. You know,
Yes.
and a
So
couple of hours
the other
later,
thing I
it's
was gonna talk
magically all
about.
grammatically correct.
That's the other thing I want to talk about. Will you have an editing panel, a free or something, to edit the articles so that somebody isn't slipping up or saying something.
Yeah, so we
wild.
usually go when we're doing stuff, unless it's me because I'm a maverick. You go like a Google Drive document, like a Google Doc. We get it edited, and then we just post it into a blog post, and then we put it up on our website. So like that, in that way, usually you'll get a bit of feedback. The good thing is, I'm pretty sure it works on iPhones, but you can actually read it and leave comments and actually edit it on your phone as you go as well. So it's actually pretty useful. Actually, do we want to make the blog posts drafts a bit more public? Like have a section of the drive which is a bit more public, because we do have member stuff like we're a bit conscious about like expanding offices too big.
Yeah, I mean we can create a separate folder, but I don't know how you manage access to that. I mean whoever requests access, you can give them access.
So we can give all officers access to it, and then in addition to that we can give like a new list like science party candidates. Communications managers, comms managers.
Yeah, probably some. I haven't actually played with the commissions before, but
Oh.
no,
Really? Right. Okay.
But I mean, obviously it's something that can be done.
Yeah.
Organisations use this all the time.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's a little bit frustrating because adding people to groups is hard. So
play around. See what we come up with.
actually, groups are real groups in Google Apps, right? So we can set it up so that we have a group manager, which is not necessarily having to go through the admin panel to add new users. Okay. Can you set up?
Let's talk about it at the next meeting. The online meeting, that way we can do it when I've got a computer.
Okay.
I can't do anything right now.
Okay, can you put in the Trello card, the comms managers group? Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. We're coming up to 7:30, and the Effective Altruism group will be. Is it Effective Altruism?
And Biohackers, yeah.
And
So
Biohackers.
Peter Simpson will be presenting here
Yeah.
from the Neurotech guys.
Yeah. Excellent. So, yeah, we actually hang out with them quite a bit. They're quite cool. So we'll be moving in there to see their presentation in a sec. Just last points. Donate to our candidates if you haven't done it already, and share it.
Not Peter.
And
The bar doesn't
and any last 10-second questions about where we're at?
I think just the social media, like, do you want to share that, like, instead of just liking posts, if you share posts and if you add everybody into the group, I don't know, like, I just step another bit later, maybe you've already discussed that, but rather than just sharing rather than just liking posts, if you share it, it just spreads it out a lot more.
Exactly. So, sharing posts has a huge amount more reach, like enormous. You'll get like 10 times as many views on your own page. Now it doesn't sound like much. Sorry, it sounds like a lot, but it's not actually that much. And the reason why is when you like something, it gets shared like 3 or 4 times before it expires. And if you're unlucky that like some of your friends who are like, you know, not in favour of the science party or whatever, see it, then it doesn't get pushed out any further if they don't like it as well. Whereas sharing it, it really does push it out to a good portion of your friends list. So
we should do an exercise now, like we actually share something at the end of every meeting.
Let's do
everyone with a
selfie of the science party meeting.
Okay, right, and then everyone share it. Do you need this? No, you don't. Nah, it's okay. No, arm's good. Arm's good.
Arm's good?
Yeah.
Alright.
Everyone get in? Yeah.
Alright. Say cheese, everyone.
Cheese.
And again.
Cheese.
Alright.
And again.
And again.
Now I'm gonna post that.
So James Jansen, add him as a friend, and also the candidate page as well. Nah, just friend is like
After this
Are there any additional candidates
What
who
are
are
you
going to
guys doing
run
with that?
at this close to the
That's it.
election?
We could have
I
more.
don't know.
Oh, Vivek. I was thinking of running.
Oh, we didn't know Victoria.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why you said it.
I'll
Oh, okay.
Whereabouts?
Victorian
I'm
Tasmania.
at
that's
Glenwood.
it.
Sorry?
I'm at Glenwood, the Blacktown area.
Oh yeah, my old stomping ground. I lived in
Yeah.
Blacktown.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll speak to Peter about the details and just
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah,
I'll be in touch.
Is
Yeah.
Blacktown including Olympic Park?
Nah.
No.
Oh no, it's Blacktown. No, what am I thinking of?
You've been living in the north for too long.
I think it's because it looks. I look stupid. Okay, well, you can actually see
Right.
real things.
Okay,
Alright,
Do you want me to
say
say
cheese.
yeah, top, 3, 2, 1, get in there, Serena. There you
Yeah.
go. Alright.
Doing a selfie with the camera above your head.
Yeah. Alright. I'll use this one next time.